time for me to take my hair back to its natural state after having stretched out that silk press, if that's what you want to call it. It wasn't really a silk press because the roots were gotten very well, and I had to come and fix it when I got home. But more or less, it was pretty much that. But my hair is it's been kind of tangly. And as you can see, like the roots are curly and the ends are straight. So it's time to bring it back home and get some moisture in it because it's been needing some moisture. So I'm just gonna start off trying to section my hair gently. I've been rushing a bit and just like Ben, like I don't want to detangle too fast and cause unnecessary breakage or pulls. So I'm just trying to go in and somewhat slowly separate my hair. I'm trying to start in the back. It's a little tricky, like I said, it's kind of tangled. But anyways, how was Thanksgiving? And what are you planning for Christmas? Any plans? Have you ever seen natural hair get reverted back from being straight? If you have natural hair, of course, you likely have if you've straightened it before, but if you don't have natural hair, then what happens is our hair goes back curly when it gets wet. So the goal is, if you want to keep it straight, is not to get it too wet while it's straight. Okay, so it's tangly back there. So I'm gonna start with some water because it's time to take it back curly, and the water is gonna help moisturize it to prevent breakage. So I have a continuous spray bottle. Those are a game changer if you haven't used one before. Recommend using it. I'm just trying to squeeze the water into my hair some. Hello. See a couple people tuning in. So this is my microfiber towel that I got from, where did I get this from? Was it Marshalls? If you watch one of my other videos before you see it. I see a Jojan Cano and a Volleyball Forever. Hi, welcome. I'm just trying to get my hair back to its curly, healthy state. What's going on with everyone? What's going on? What have you been up to today, you all? Yeah, this would definitely not be something, if you don't know how natural hair works, this would definitely not be something you want to do if you're trying to keep your hair straight. Because it will not. Hi, Volleyball Forever. My day is going okay. It was better after I went to church. Started off a little rough, but it got better after I went to church this morning. How's your day? All right. So you can see the curls are starting to come back, and I hope I don't get any heat damage. That's the goal too. Like when you have natural hair and you want your hair to be able to go back curly after you straighten it, your goal is to use enough heat protectant and whatever to keep it from having heat damage on the ends. You want to see the curls coming back. So thank God. We're gonna believe for them to come back. So this is what I'm using. Oh, hey, that didn't have a seal in it? Guess not. But this is what I'm using today. Hair mayonnaise. It's made for your hair. It's a deep conditioner. And like I said, I found in my hair, I said it in a short. I didn't say it in this video, but I found that my hair likes this stuff. Um, really helps to soften it and replenish moisture to it. So I was in the store and I think I was looking for that. It's like an African oil, hair oil. It's called something like that. If it's really from Africa, I don't know, but that's what it's called. And they sell it in like Walmart. And it's pretty cheap. It's like $3, $4 maybe. And when I was in the store, the hair mayonnaise rolled off the shelf. So I was like, well, let me get this too. Because I have had good experience with it before. And when I was younger, I remember it was in our house growing up. And, you know, there are just some things that work. Even though it looks different than it did years back. Like I said, there's just some things that work. So if it ain't broke, y'all finish the sentence. Hello, Mike Strelo, Drew Pren. How are you all doing? Thanks for tuning in. Getting my hair back curly so I can deep condition it. So anyways, what did you all do today? Did you make it out to church? Are you getting ready for your Christmas programs like we are? You must be young, right, Mike Strelo? If by that you mean happy, yes, I'm happy in Jesus, because that's what that word means. But if you mean that in a derogatory way, no, I'm not. So, anyhow, God bless you. Merry Christmas. All right. So yeah, curls are coming back. And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. And if you notice too, like shrinkage is real. Like some people have more shrinkage than others, and I'm one of the ones with more shrinkage. So yeah. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing throughout my hair. I don't want to bore you all. You can stay if you want. I don't know if I'll stay on for the whole time to do this because it's gonna take some time. But after that, I have a shower cap from Target. And that's what I'll put on. And then if you go look at my last short that I posted the, it's like a portable hooded dryer that I'm planning to sit under, because when you put deep conditioner in your hair, if you sit under a hooded dryer and let the heat and the steam like build up, then it helps it to get into the hair strands better and better condition and coat the strands, okay? So that's about a fourth, maybe a fourth of my hair. So I still have to do that about a good 3 more times or so. So if you see how this looks now, it's not gonna look like this once I put water and deep conditioner in it. So I'll show you this section and then maybe I will go ahead and sign off from there. But when you are doing natural hair, it's important to be really gentle when you're working in it. Hi, Michael Bug. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this up and then you'll get to see this front section. So you see the length of it now. You'll get to see how it quickly changes and why if you want your hair straight as a Black woman with natural hair that's straight, you don't want to go jump in a swimming pool with straight hair, unless you're just trying to bring it back to curls. then you do want to go jump in a swimming pool, I guess, with straight hair. Okay, so here it is. You should start to see a difference in a few minutes. So it's holding on to straight right now. To start squeezing this water in because I have like oils and stuff on my hair, so the water has to kind of like work past the oils and all that stuff before it can really start to curl back up. But once it realizes what's going on, as if it had a brain of its own, which it seems like it does sometimes, but once it starts to receive the water, then you'll start to see the texture change. Okay. You can see it's starting to get a little wavy in some places maybe, but it's gonna go ahead and really start curling. So get some more hair mayonnaise. And really get those ends and work up the length of the hair up to the roots. And my goal is not to get it on my scalp. That's not what my goal is here. Because it's a deep conditioner and it's really to like re-moisturize the hair strands. Roots are okay, scalp, not the goal. You can start to see it start to get thicker and curlier. So this is real time. Seeing it change in real time. And this would happen faster, I think, if there weren't like so many like products and stuff that the moisture has to work back through to get the curl pattern going again. But this naturally starts happening like, you know, if my scalp is sweating or if I'm around like steam, you know, or whatever. That's just what happens. See the texture changing? So as it gets curlier, the curls pull the hair closer to the scalp, and that's the shrinkage that I will start to get. And one of the things with natural hair is while you're working with it to try to keep it stretched and to try to keep it detangled. Well, that's two things. But trying to keep it stretched and trying to keep it detangled because you really don't want the curls to like curl up on each other and cause unnecessary tangles. So I'm letting you see it revert, but what I might do in another situation is as I'm moisturizing it to start to twist it up. All right. So you don't want to see straight ends like by the time it's like fully re-moisturized because you don't want heat damage. So the hope is that those will curl back up to where they need to be. All right, and I'm encouraging that by re-adding moisture to my hair. So I'll show you the difference. And this is gonna keep like curling up and shrinking up, looking shorter. But let me show you the difference between that side and the side that I haven't done yet. Oh, straight hair, but curly roots on this side, reverting back to curly on this side. That's the difference. And you care for natural hair two different ways when depending on what your style is. Again, if it's like straight, you had it straightened, and your goal is to keep it straight, you have to be careful, like not to use a lot of water-based moisturizers, which also makes it tricky because then if your hair starts to get dry or your scalp starts to get itchy, like it's really hard to figure out like how to keep that going long term without unstraightening your hair. So eventually you just have to wash it out, or deal with the itchiness or the dryness, which isn't, in the end, that's not healthy. There are some products that I guess have less water than others that might help to kind of moisturize in the process, like during the time that you have your hair straight, but it's nothing like, being able to really get in there with the moisture when it's curly and really like treat your hair the way it naturally wants to be treated. It needs to be treated to stay healthy. Because one of the reasons that length retention is sometimes challenged is because it's from not keeping the hair moisturized enough, from not using enough water, water-based products and moisturizers, and sealing it with oil during the hair growth process. So that's one of the biggest issues with seeing your hair get long because, as a natural woman with natural hair, like your hair is, if you are seeing new growth at the roots, it's already growing. But the deal is to keep it, like to keep the length retention, to retain the length. And I found that a huge part of that is keeping moisture in the hair. So now I'm going to twist it because this will help keep it stretched and help keep it from getting like unnecessary tangles and stuff while I am working on it and deep conditioning it and getting it ready for washing and detangling. So I can feel there's still some spots inside of my hair as I'm like parting it and get into the deeper areas. There's still some spots that need more moisture. Okay. So again, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed learning with natural hair. That used to be my channel's name before it was I Am Havinium, because it turned into a lot more than just natural hair. But hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something and you can see the difference, and pray that I don't have heat damage because I don't want that. All right. So I'm going to keep working on my hair, but see you later. Check out my other videos and please give them a thumbs up if you like them. And if you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe and all the things. And Merry Christmas if you don't come visit me before that. Okay? Bye.